like to call this meeting to order. Thank you for coming. Can I get a roll call, please?
Ms. Chikini is not here. Mrs. Deli is not here. Mr. Gashion?
Here.
Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mrs. Morocco? Here. Mrs. Simmons? Here. Mrs. Malone? Here. Mrs. Zelbari is not here. Mrs. Space?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join me in the flag salute. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of the Act, the Sussex-Wantage Regional School District Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the school building and notice of said meeting sent to the New Jersey Herald and the Star Ledger.
The Sussex-Wantage Regional School District is a responsive, caring, child-centered community. Our mission is to educate each individual to become a confident, competent, long-life learner and productive, responsible citizen by providing challenging opportunities in a safe environment through a partnership with families, schools, and communities.
Thank you. We will move on to the report of the Superintendent of Schools.
Thank you. I'd like to invite Mr. Schwartz up to present the students of the marking period.
Good evening, Mr. Ball, Mrs. Space, members of the board, and members of our audience tonight. I have the honor of presenting the students of the marking period from each grade level this evening. Throughout the first marking period, these students have demonstrated academic excellence along with many other core values that we hold in high regard within our school community. These values include respect, responsibility, effort, and empathy. As we present each student with their certificate this evening, you will clearly see how they embody these values and the many ways they contribute positively to our school community. In sixth grade, the student of the marking period is Logan Hughes. Logan is a well-rounded and enthusiastic learner who truly embodies what it means to be a standout student at SMS. While Logan enjoys all of his classes, he has a special passion for mathematics. He appreciates the structure of the class and is always eager to learn more. His strong interest in math supports his long-term goal of becoming an architectural engineer, a challenge that he is excited to pursue. At SMS, Logan is an active member of our student council. Outside of school, he keeps himself busy with wrestling practice, mastering card tricks, and solving Rubik's Cubes in his free time. Logan's teachers shared the glowing remarks when recommending him for the student of the marking period. Logan is an exceptional young man who consistently goes above and beyond to excel in school. He is great at helping others when needed, volunteers to assist new students as they acclimate to the building, and is responsible and driven. It is with great pride that we recognize Logan as the sixth grade student of the marking period. In seventh grade, the student of the marking period is Destiny Tweedy. At SMS, Destiny enjoys science, math, and music classes, where she continues exploring organisms, learning to read music, and playing different instruments. Outside of school, she has many interests, but her favorite activity is soccer because of the confidence and joy it brings her. Destiny's teachers describe her as hardworking, creative, and a student who gets along with everyone. She gives every assignment 100% effort, staying focused and dedicated until her work is complete. Her strong commitment to excellence is evident as she earned perfect scores in multiple classes during the first marking period. Destiny also represented SMS in the spelling spree, where she did a fantastic job. Even though she felt nervous about performing on stage, her determination and courage shone through, an accomplishment her teachers truly admire. Destiny is an overall star student who sets a positive example for her peers. She's an outstanding student, leader, and role model. And it is with great pride that I introduce Destiny as the student of the month for seventh grade. In eighth grade, our recipient is Thomas Bittinger. Thomas is an exceptional student who consistently demonstrates dedication, enthusiasm, and a genuine love of learning. He has shared that his favorite class is mathematics, where he is always eager to take on a new challenge. He is already exploring future career interests in engineering, analytics, and coding, fields that perfectly align with his curiosity and problem-solving skills. Outside of school, Thomas is a committed member of the YMCA Swordfish swim team, where he continues to achieve success and looks forward to growing in the sport. When he is not in the pool, Thomas enjoys a variety of hobbies, including wood carving and reading. His teacher stated the following: Thomas deserves this for consistently demonstrating trustworthiness, respect, and dedication in everything that he does. He approaches each challenge with a positive attitude and a strong work ethic, always striving to be the best version of himself. His kindness towards others and commitment to excellence make him a true role model for his peers. We are all excited to see where Thomas's hard work, character, and ambition will take him in the future. It is with great pride that I introduce Thomas as the great student.
Thank you, Mr. Schwartz, and congratulations again to all of our recipients. Well, we'd love to have you stay for the duration of the board meeting. If you didn't want to stay, now would be an opportune time to take a little intermission.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And just to highlight some district happenings and events and things that we've been working on in between the last board meeting and now, I had the opportunity to attend the Sussex County Honors Choir and Chorus. It was a great event last week. One of our own students, Grace Green, was also the recipient of the prestigious Felson Award for band. One award is given out throughout the entire county for band, so it was a significant accomplishment. Congratulations to all the students who participated, and special thanks to Mr. Gruber and Ms. Wessling for their leadership and guidance and support that initiative. In facilities, Mr. Schwartz, Mr. Petrowski, Mrs. Space, and Ms. Valone and I had the opportunity to kind of go out front, meet with a rep of VersaCourt installer, which is a basketball court installer. So he put together a design for us, came back a little bit higher than we like in price, so we're looking at some other options along with the installation of new backboards and basketball hoops. Window project at SMS, the front of the building's moving along positively. We had a little bit of a delay just because we had student activity night last Friday, so we pushed them back a little bit so they didn't coincide. Thank you to Mr. Schwartz and Mr. Petrowski for making that happen. So we're thinking next week they'll probably be wrapping up. Talked about brainstorming in our facility meeting, removing some trees at West. Two, when you're facing the building, the original part of the building over to the left, not the two front trees, but two on the side. If you look there, the concrete's all cracked, and then one in front of the fourth grade wing potentially. Thank you to Mrs. Riker, who met with the regional manager and corporate executive chef for Mascios last week to discuss the program that we have. You may recall a discussion with that. So they indicated that they can customize the program and have some different offerings that will come with an increased cost. As we're in the school year and our program's already been approved by the Department of Agriculture, we cannot change breakfast or lunch prices. So we asked them to come up with some solutions and some options and come up with some estimated costs for the board to consider as we move forward. Special thanks to Mr. Kronsky and his team, Dr. Hutchinson, Ms. Armstrong, counselors at each school, and the principals for coordinating the NJSLA pilot testing. That was a challenging endeavor, but they got through it very well. Congratulations to Mrs. Kirshner. Mrs. Kirshner is one of our educational service professionals, and last week she was honored by the Sussex County Education Association as their SB of the Year at Corona Farms for SWIA. It's a great honor and very well deserved. Congratulations to all the Girls on the Run participants who had their big 5K race over at the fairgrounds last weekend. Some of our girls I saw today remarked that it was amazing, but they were very tired and wouldn't necessarily do it again. Thanksgiving parades, CEO had a multitude of Thanksgiving parades today, which were all very nice. And then next Wednesday, kindergarten's hosting a turkey fashion show. I don't know exactly what that is, but I'm eager to find out and check it out. SMS activity night, as I mentioned, that was a great success, hosted by Mrs. Weiss Connors, the student council up here last Friday. And our Veterans Day breakfast and assemblies at our schools. Thank you to the faculty, staff, and administration for those functions, as well as the special guests who joined us. Their attendance was greatly appreciated. Special thanks to Mrs. Wagner, Ms. Henson, and Mrs. Steele for spearheading those programs. We also had a bunch of family math and reading nights at both schools, which were very well attended. In our last board meeting, we talked about some student attendance information that the board was looking into, and that'll be in the rundown tomorrow. And in our curriculum special services meeting, we talked about some TA data and information that the board wanted to take a look at. I would anticipate that being in the next rundown next Friday. And that's all I have for this evening. Do we want to segue back to?
Yeah, do
Just
you
take
mind?
another
Do
quick
you all mind?
intermission. We're going to go back up for a second and recognize one more student of the marking period.
Thank you. All right. I do. All right. In 7th grade, the student of the marking period is Destiny Tweedy. At SMS, Destiny enjoys science, band, and music classes where she continues exploring organisms, learning to read music, and playing different instruments. Outside of school, she has many interests, but her favorite activity is soccer because of the confidence and joy it brings her. Destiny's teachers describe her as hardworking, creative, and a student who gets along well with everyone. She gives every assignment 100% effort, staying focused and dedicated until her work is complete. Her strong commitment to excellence is evident as she earned perfect scores in multiple classes during the first marking period. Destiny also represented SMS in the spelling spree, where she did a fantastic job. Even though she felt nervous about performing on stage, her determination and courage shone through, an accomplishment her teachers truly admire. Destiny is an overall star student who sets a positive example for her peers. She is an outstanding student, leader, and role model. It is with great pride that I introduce Destiny Tweedy as the Sussex Middle School 7th grade student marking period. Come on, Destiny.
Right, at this time, we'll move on to audience remarks. Members of the audience are invited to make brief comments about items on this agenda and matters of interest to the district. Do you have any public comments?
I don't know what's on the agenda, but I wanted to talk about some stuff. Is that
Okay, here. Mrs. Fire will give you the agenda.
Oh, I got an agenda thing. This part. I wanted.
Can you just don't have to. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I wanted to touch on field trips. Is that okay? If I,
Yeah, I would just ask you to formally
Sure.
identify yourself, your address.
Sure. I'm Melissa Swinar. I have 2 kids in the district, and I recently started like 3 weeks ago as a teacher as well. But predominantly, I'm here as a parent. And I just wanted to open up a conversation or continue a conversation on how to create experiences perhaps in lieu of field trips if we can't make those happen this year. So I understand that the main issue is busing. Is that true? So I've just been brainstorming and trying, I can speak for myself and many others. I think that growing up, one of the most memorable times in school, one of my favorite parts of education was the field trips and field studies and being able to take it on the road. So I just want to see if maybe by talking, if we can kind of supplement or make the deficit lesser for the year for my own children. So some things that I had thought was maybe like a school carnival, maybe like run by teachers, or more like in-house opportunities. I know that they have the reptile guy come sometimes and things like that. But I was just wondering if there were any conversations like that already happening that I could piggyback off of.
So one of the things that I would love to get going again, that I
Yeah.
kind of had preliminary brainstorming with, that if somebody was interested in spearheading it, it's kind of a joint operation between all facets of the school, teachers, parents, community. It's called, Wantage School used to host something called the Learning Circus.
I love
And it was a Saturday event, totally volunteerism, where you had people who had, I'm gonna say, an expertise in the various areas of life and work and hobbies. And for example, one teacher stands out as she would like with a flame, like blow glass jewelry, like beads and things like that.
Very cool, yeah.
Right, so Pam had that jewelry class, right? And she'd design it and have the materials, and she'd set a number, maybe 10 kids can sign up for 1 or 2 sessions. There'd be 2 sessions, and it would be a Saturday once a year. And then there'd be another 20 people doing that kind of thing, and kids would sign up, and it would be, I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Right? And then we expanded on it a little bit. We did something called Maker Madness later in the school year. So I'd love to get events like that
Something,
going,
yeah.
even if you could do one at Wantage, one at Lawrence School, that kind of thing. So that, I mean, it was huge. It was
Okay.
huge. Yeah.
I'm encouraged to hear that. I want to volunteer myself to help how I can.
Spearhead is a nice word.
Spearhead is a nice word. I mean, this
It's
is
a little
all,
intense, but it's
this is all very new to me, but
Yeah.
as long as you're open to
I will
my
sit and meet with you
questions and
about some
stuff.
of those things, absolutely.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Some other thoughts that I had was I used to work for the YMCA, and I know that sometimes, and they also interact with other nonprofits in the area, so sometimes they have ideas, or maybe they bring trainers over and collaborate, like just sky's
Yeah,
the limit
so-
as far as,
So I can't remember if it was the YMCA or private, I feel like it was the YMCA. One of those courses, which you could do in assembly periodically, but part of those courses was, so Learning Circus was in the spring, and they did a swim safety program.
Yeah.
Another one, the sheriff's office, or state police would come out, even EMS would come out, do like bicycle safety courses, wear a helmet courses. So, you have the opportunity to kind of, and it doesn't have to be an immediate thing, it can take several months to, it's really getting those volunteerism
right,
things on it was in particular on a Saturday,
okay.
yeah.
Is there any type of budget to, cause I know that the main issue was travel, so is there a remaining budget for field trips that is it just sitting there, or is there any type of funds that can be
Yeah, so every
considered?
student in the district's allocated $20 per year per field trip.
Okay,
So it's kind of worked out with the teacher how they use that money and allocate that money depending upon the venue. What's happened is over the course of time, transportation's become very significant. Our
Right.
own internal buses and drivers have gone down in number. So now we're having to contract those services out more and more, and that's where the cost is becoming more and more significant.
okay,
Yeah.
but we're open to weekend or off hour type, just events that people can,
Yeah, a lot,
Travel
like that,
themselves.
the event I described was volunteerism.
okay,
So that's a big, I can put you in touch with some people who give you some even more insight into the workings of it.
cool,
Yeah,
alright, thank you.
thank you.
Can I add something?
Yeah. You wanna teach something at the Learning Circuit?
I mean, sure, I'm not that exciting, but I'd be willing to. If there's the potential for doing like off-site self-travel things, is the possibility of self-travel for field trips open? Like, would that be,
Like meet some, everyone
yeah, like
meet
would that
the
be,
teacher.
I don't know what
Yeah, I mean,
percentage
I
of
would
the
have to
population would be open to that.
kind of brainstorm the legalities of that kind of thing, insurance, and that kind of thing. If you're doing more and more of that, like you can think of another school district that kind of does something like that they were talking about before, it becomes less of a school-sponsored activity rather than just the community getting together for something, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like during the school day for class, and it's just your parent drives you there. And
We don't,
Yeah.
I think you'll
You know
run
what I mean?
into stuff that, there's parents that are working and some kids can't go, and then there's the issue of, okay, well, this one's gonna take 5 kids, and then God forbid anything happens, it's like, not everyone has vehicles, yeah, or district either.
Yeah, I was just interested in getting a percentage of the population, maybe, we can speculate all we want, but I mean, is it that 25% will only be able to go, or is it we're surprised that 90% are willing to go? I mean, if people can do off after hours, I don't know, maybe it's a possibility, instead of just assuming it's not possible.
And perhaps if some families, and again, I'm just adding, but if some families were able to get themselves to some place, then maybe it's 1 or 2 buses versus buses for everybody, and that becomes more feasible. But if you need a spearhead, I can try to be that as well, and we'll find out.
Appreciate that.
I have a question related to this. My name's Jane Silvestri.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask you to wait until she's concluded
Even though
her
it's
remarks.
related?
Yeah, it's not really an open conversation.
Okay.
We love that, but yeah, I'm gonna ask you to piggyback when she's kind of completed.
Okay, I think I'm,
Thank you very much.
thank
Yeah.
you.
So I have to go up there.
Absolutely.
Do you want the paper?
I don't need the paper, thank you. Hi, my name is Jane Silvestri, his daughter, she's in 3rd grade. So my question related to her is it possible to do like fundraising to raise the money to do buses to field trips?
Yeah, absolutely. If you would probably attend a PTO meeting, and they're kind of a one of the stronger agents of fundraising historically in the district.
But so if we were to, pigeonhole one fundraising event specifically for busing for field trips, that's something that would be allowed? Because as far as I understand what the PTO is saying is that the Board of Education is what manages the fundraising funds that they receive.
Yeah, if Mr. Wagner's still the president, I would have to talk to them about it, just because they have, but we've done fundraising in the past, like for example, 8th grade trip had always done fundraising that, it often didn't like fully fund a class trip, but it would offset an individual student's. Those I think some of those were like individual based, like a student sells, I feel like it was like ticket books or something like that, like a discount book, and then however many you sold, that came off of your price over a trip. And you can do collective fundraising where, hey, we're gonna try to set a goal to raise, I don't know, $1,000 for this particular trip to get a commercial bus. Absolutely, would work with you.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
That is all. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other public comments? Okay. Seeing none, we will move on to the board secretary certification.
Pursuant to NJAC 6A 23A-16.10C3, I certify that as of October 31st, 2025, no line item account has encumbrances and expenditures which in total exceed the line item appropriation in violation of NJAC 6A 23A-16.10.
Thank you. We will move on to the approval of board minutes for October 30th, 2025, regular and executive session. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Thank you. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Can I get a roll call, please?
Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mrs. Morocco?
Yes.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mrs. Malone?
Yes.
Mrs. Space?
Yes.
Minutes are approved.
Thank you. We do not need to go into executive session. We'll move on to the presentation of agenda items.
Thank you. Under personnel, I'd like to move items 1 through 14.
Can I get a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mrs. Morocco?
Yes.
Mrs. Malone?
Abstaining from number 7, Miranda Nanish, yes to the rest.
Mrs. Space?
Yes.
Under-
carries.
Under policy, I'd like to move item number 1.
Can I get a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mrs. Morocco?
Yes.
Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mrs. Malone?
Yes.
Mrs. Space?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under finance, I'd like to move items 1 through 11.
Can I get a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call?
Mrs. Simmons? Yes. Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mrs. Morocco?
I'm gonna abstain from number 2, specifically check number 48142, yes to the rest.
Mrs. Malone?
Abstaining from number 11, yes to the rest.
And Mrs. Space?
Motion carried.
Under special services, I'd like to move items 1 through 6.
Can I get a motion? Thank you. A second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call please.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mrs. Morocco?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mrs. Malone?
Yes.
Mrs. Space?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under curriculum, I'd like to move item number 1.
Can I get a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you. A second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call please.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mrs. Morocco?
Yes.
Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mrs. Malone?
Yes.
Mrs. Space?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Referring to the addendum under personnel, I'd like to move items 1 through 4.
Can I get a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call please.
Mrs. Morocco?
Yes.
Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mrs. Malone?
Yes.
Mrs. Space?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under finance, I'd like to move item number 1.
Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Thank you. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call please.
Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mrs. Morocco?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mrs. Malone?
Yes.
Mrs. Space?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And under special services, I'd like to move items 1 through 3.
Can I get a motion? I'll motion. Thank you. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call please.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mrs. Morocco?
Yes.
Mrs. Malone?
Yes.
Mrs. Space?
Yes.
Motion carries.
At this time, we'll move on to unfinished business. Does anyone have any unfinished business they'd like to discuss?
I have 2 items. But first, not to beat a dead horse, but about the field trips, is there anything you could do like to get like a list of action items or something, or anything like we could do individually just to kind of get it moving? Because I agree that field trips are incredibly
Yeah.
important, and it seems like a crime that they're not moving thing.
So,
Every grade level is going to have a
yeah,
field trip.
I haven't rejected any field trips. To my knowledge, so long as I had talked about with staff, like the parameters that you could operate under, especially for like some of those more like local type trips that aren't necessarily costing money. If you could operate within that framework, then it's not really an issue. And it was a time frame of when you could go to have the buses back for the routes, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And then really it's, to expand that, it's allocating more money in some way, shape or form, whether it's fundraising or, through the budget process.
Yeah, like are there field trips that want to take place but can't, or have there not been ideas generated?
I haven't had any come my way.
Okay.
So I was gonna ask, is it more teachers that are not saying, okay, let's do this based on the curriculum? Or is it more, because I know there is a bus shortage,
Yeah.
however, if there's no move behind from the, is that what I'm?
Yeah, I mean,
like
I
the
would-
teachers aren't like,
I would have to pull the principals to ascertain like what they may be experiencing on that level that's challenging. It's like when it comes to me, it's a matter of fact, you approve the trip.
Right.
Or it's approved, I'm not seeing anything that's radically different, you just approve medieval times.
Yeah.
So I'd have to see like something that they wanted that was outside the parameters, that they couldn't, I had, for example, a teacher came, I was operating out of West today, and teacher came and said, I'd like to go to this thing in Newton, but I don't think I can because it's, out, and I was like, no, I don't, so long as you can operate within that window of time, like I think that's within the boundary of where we can get you, it's, it's the time, it's not the location. so much. And so she checked it out and like we were able to go there. That was kind of like a different thing that we hadn't done relatively recently. So I'd have to touch base with the principals to ascertain, like if there's something specific somebody's talking about, they wanna do that they feel like they can. You know, we've been in Space Farms a bunch of times, which is a normal routine trip for us.
I think up here too, it's
Yeah.
hard because we're far away from a lot of things, like I grew up in Bergen County, we could go to the city, we could go to like
Liberty
museums.
Science Center,
Yeah.
yeah,
So, and like you said, working in the parameter of time,
yeah,
you're allocating an hour to 2 hours one way, so I get it.
Yeah.
But also, if the teachers aren't coming together and be like, oh, we should do this based on what we're learning in science class or history class, then it's not really
yeah. So,
that
and
we're
so,
saying, no, you can't go on field trips, they're just not
yeah.
coming together.
And I think just the dialogue we've been having creates a sense for people of like, oh,
we
gee,
can't go
yeah.
on, yeah.
And Mrs. Space reminded me, we've tried different creative strategies. So like where we might have sent the entire 5th grade at one shot go to a venue, now we've broken it up over maybe 2 trips.
Now,
So I think, probably not this rundown, but the next rundown, I'll get you some information.
assuming like the reptile dive, that costs the district.
So those are usually sponsored by the PTO,
Okay.
those kinds of things.
So what if we had, and I know kids, I remember getting on a bus and going somewhere on a trip, I thought that was the greatest thing, like she said, but like, what if we had parents volunteer that had like an LLC? Like I know there's a parent that I talked to, she's an up and coming beekeeper. What if she was to say, hey, I wanna donate my time and come in and do a presentation, like, I know the fire department comes, the police come, like we've had that.
Yeah, we have,
Isn't it the Avian Wildlife Center?
I
think
they
closed.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I don't know. But
Yeah,
We,
something like that, you know?
yeah, I mean, we're willing to take advantage of those
The care program
opportunities.
was there in the summer.
Yeah.
That one that's local. That's one of our field trips in the care program in summer, so I think that they still do something.
I really like the idea of what she said, of in-house stuff. It's more cost effective in the long run. We can still do it towards learning of what they're doing in each age group. I'm willing, if we're gonna put something together, like a committee or something, I'm willing to sit on that and help.
Spearhead.
Co-spirit.
Yeah. I see Mrs. Sparta smiling back there too.
I
She
just
wants
have
to volunteer.
questions.
I appreciate that,
I
Mr.
know,
Little.
I know quite a few people that would probably donate their time and.
Mr. Little Spearhead.
Am I allowed to chime in again, or do I have to?
Well, during the public comment session, there'll be another, yeah.
There's another one. Anything else?
Yeah, I have a second thing, sorry. The Versiport,
Mm.
right, is there one company that does it and that's it? It's a
That
monopoly?
product is one company, like that's a trademark, but then there are other providers that we're looking into to see if there's a more cost-effective
Yeah,
option.
okay, I was gonna say pudding, so you have to bid maybe, or.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, and there's the, like the coating they put on tennis courts, that's something where Mr. Petrovsky tried to get, one gentleman was, he said like this area was too far for him to service, so, and then potentially just repainting lines. Yeah.
Aren't we getting towards like that being like out of season for them to do that work now?
Yeah, it would be
That
spring,
would be
spring.
yeah,
spring, summer.
I know there's somebody on School Road that does that too.
which,
Stetzel.
That
Or
does
Stetzel.
that'll be,
lines or like what? Just what?
He does like all courts and things like that.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll check them out.
I bet I just.
It's okay.
The nature trail at CEO. Is there any?
I'm waiting for
more
she to get me,
traction, or-
Miss Space getting me a brush hog. She said she's getting me a brush hog.
Is that what we're?
And you're gonna go do it.
I think in the
We'll
spring,
let you do it,
yeah, in the spring we have, I mean, I think,
But
right,
everything's
Mr.
thrown
Petrovsky.
back, right?
Right before, right? Mr. Petrowski was gonna have Caldwell look at it. It was
Okay,
our landscape.
We went back there.
yeah, we trudged through.
Yeah,
Frank held my daughter for like.
yeah.
I brought Walker.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Any other unfinished business?
No.
New business? Anyone have any new business? No? All right. Seeing none, we'll move on to audience remarks. Members of the audience are invited to make brief comments about items on this agenda and matters of interest to the district.
Should I stand again?
Yeah, you should put the cameras on.
Sorry, it felt more natural in the conversation, but I'll just piggyback. I had worked for a different district a long time ago before becoming a parent. And the conversation around field trips at that school, and it was a high achieving school, it's worth mentioning. But they, and I think this might have been excessive, but we had a field study once a month, and that was a lot. And it was in the city, and we hopped on a subway with my little kindergartners. It was that's the other extreme. But the conversation was opposite. It was the kids need X, Y, and Z, and it has to happen this frequently. How do we make it happen? Versus waiting for the ideas to trickle in. So, yeah, I'm happy to spearhead. Some of the other things, if we have to completely remove transportation out of it, was seeing if like local farms or what, like to see what sort of animals we could bring, like in the spring. I don't know, like we'll be in contact, but I'm thinking of just real memorable learning experience days that are wildly outside of the ordinary. Maybe get teachers like wigs and a gavel and have like a mock courtroom in the theater and so things like that they will remember is kind of what I was going for. Sorry, it felt more natural.
No, I think she's
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Children versus the board, basketball game.
So things that 10 years from now they'll look back and
There's the farm at Glen Down, right in Vernon, that I'm sure you
What about the sanctuary?
Yeah, the cow sanctuary, Stanley's cow sanctuary.
I don't know how the
I don't know.
landscapers
It's on Compton
and
Road.
maintenance would feel about
Oh, we like that. Exploring
Yeah,
the importance
I
of
agree.
bringing
He's dying to bring some. Hunter really wants to bring some snakes into school.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Really wants to.
This is way before, I don't think anybody was here in the district, but I remember we had a circus actually come. But I'll never forget being in kindergarten and a tiger got loose and there was a guy on a little mini motorcycle trying to chase it around Lawrence School property.
Wrong
See,
timer?
memorable
Oh, yeah.
experiences.
I had
Fun time.
the lion cubs.
And
as-
that's why we
right?
require
Yeah, I had
insurance
lion cubs.
certificates if anyone
And
brings
now
anything
the
in.
state and our insurance no longer lets us bring
Yeah,
lion
I
cubs
get it.
places.
Yeah.
And the circus right
I know.
right where all the playground is right now. Yeah.
Was it like in a tent, like a
Yeah,
circus
it was a
tent?
big circus tent. And the kids, they
Cool.
went out during school and got to like see it, but like if you wanna see like a full show, like parents had to come and like buy a ticket like you would at any
Right.
circus. I mean, this was back in 95, 96, but
those were good times.
Yeah.
yeah, memories stuck in my head,
Yeah.
so there you go.
Yeah,
True.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any?
So Andrea Sparta, 898 Greenfield Road, Wantage, New Jersey. I think going places is great. I think that's having in-house stuff is good too. But I think actually physically going places is good for the kids. I had thought of maybe like Liberty Science Center, someone said maybe West Point, cause that's not too, far away, but that's my whole thing with the field trips. I will help limited, I will not spearhead. I work on that. Anyways, so on a different note, on the agenda, number 7, so all of the TAs here, how does that work for them getting paid? Because I see like some of them are dated back to October 16th. Does that mean that they're like, are they already paid and you guys are approving this, or does this have to get approved and then they get paid? Because I only ask because number 11 under finances, the bus drill evacuation was already done. So I was just wondering, are these TAs already paid or are they like waiting? Some of these employees are waiting almost a month to get paid for their hours. I was just wondering how that works.
So some things, like the bus drills and things, they're approved retroactively because you schedule them in advance, but.
Well, and it's required by the state that we approve them on an agenda, so when we have it, the next agenda, it was on November 4th.
Right.
This is the first board meeting after November 4th, and that's why we're approving it. And so sometimes what happens is vouchers, it is not an exact science with how these get approved. And so we may receive a voucher and it was never board approved, and so it has to go on. And so if Nancy's processing payroll and sees that this is gonna be on, she may process it, but the majority of these wouldn't happen until they're board
After
approved.
the board.
Yes.
Alright, perfect, I was just, alright, thanks.
Are there any other public comment? Seeing none, we do not need to go to an executive session. We'll move on to adjournment. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Thank you. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any noes?